Okay. When I started trucking, it was one of the best jobs you could get without a college degree. I mean, it was as good as being a doctor. Maybe even better because you didn't have all the responsibilities and all the risk, right. That medicine and all these different things. I've been talking with friends of mine. I've been talking to a bunch of truck drivers. Man, I have a lot of truck driver friends. Over 30 years, I made a lot of friends. Probably, probably made a lot of enemies too, but that's how it goes, right? But you could support your family, buy a house, build a life. Your wife didn't even have to work. She could just stay home and take care of the kids. I know that, there's still guys out there that are, just truck in, the wife stays home. But, I was watching a video the other day, right? Now I know when I started, you could easily make six figures driving a truck and same skills. I mean, I have more skills now after 30 years of trucking than I ever did. And the average truck driver makes $52,000 a year. What is that? You can go to McDonald's and work being, dropping fries and flipping burgers for almost as much as we're making. I mean, you can get $20 an hour, $21 an hour working in a restaurant, working in a fast food restaurant, working in a factory. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that those professions don't have their risks. I'm not saying that doesn't stress on your body and having to do that. I'm sure it does. I'm sure that, they say that anybody's job is the hardest job in the world, right? If you're a janitor and you ask, oh, it's the hardest job in the world. If you're sitting at a toll booth, oh my God, it's the hardest job in the world. So I think it's all relative to what we do. And, we all have our challenges. So I'm not putting anybody down. And I'm not here to say, oh, this sucks or that doesn't suck or this is better or that's not better. I'm not here to say that. What I'm here to say is that I never thought that trucking would drop off. What we do out there, we are out there risking it, man. You scratch a truck, you could be out of a job, right? You have to report that. We have to be DOT compliant. We have to pass drug tests, random drug tests all the time. We have to have physicals that we are physically fit and able to drive that truck. We're in charge of multi-million-dollar equipment that we're responsible for. We have to be logistics masters. We have to be able to back in the days, I didn't have GPS. We had phone booths and you had MapQuest if you were lucky, and that never got you where you had to go. I can't tell you how many times I had to stop at a grocery store and ask somebody, hey, you know where this place is? Hey, you know where this business is? Because I didn't have any idea where I was, lost in East Jesus doing whatever. So the technology's gotten better. Everything's gotten easier. And we can't I made more money when it was more difficult. So you could say, well, that's why you made more money. No, it's supposed to be the other way around, right? We're supposed to be able to take the technology that we have and be able to do what we do. And, I've driven every type of transmission. I've hauled everything. I've been a trainer. I've been a boss. I've been an owner. I've done it all, right? And it's still better. You can go hire Pablo from Mexico and he's illegal and have him drive your truck for half of what I do with all the skills that I have and all the things I've done over the years. So I think, knowing this, the video isn't about why truck drivers don't make more money, because we don't. And I think that the industry is just going that way. I never saw it coming. Look at the automotive industries in that. Back when they made $40, $50 an hour, now they make 20 because they were able to take and drop everybody's pay, and they, got rid of unions and they did all these things and now this and that. What I'm saying is don't just rely on one thing. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Learn skills. Learn something else. I never learned how to do anything. I don't know how to do anything else. That's why I started a YouTube channel. That's why I, started a side business. That's why I'm trying all these different things. I'm trying to learn these new skills. I'm trying to get education now, which sucks because at 60 years old, it's a lot more difficult than was when I was 40 years old. So, take the time, learn something else. Learn how to do something else and something opposite of what you know how to do, or something that you think technology is going to need 10 years from now. Because I didn't see truck driving, becoming this. I thought we would make more money. I thought that the industry would expand even more because it's more needed and it's something that we all need. And yet, as much as everything's delivered by a truck and you see all these things and all the truck drivers saying that, well, if it wasn't for us, I went, yeah, true, but who gives a crap, right? I mean, nobody cares at the end of the day. If they're not paying you, then who cares what we're doing? So, I'd love being a truck driver, but I realize that truck driving is only going to make me 50 or 60,000. And I'm sure a lot of you out there are still doing it. And I know a lot of my friends are waiting for their pensions and they're at the end. And some of them have done really well. But I think for the new people out there and the new guys out there, learn something that has to do with, AI or computers or just something, man, because truck driving isn't the way. And there's a lot of things out there like truck driving that are losing, their ground because technology is going to change. And nobody told me these things, try new things, build businesses, be valuable tomorrow. Don't let it be an excuse or sound like an excuse when you get to this point where you get towards the end and you're like, well, I've spent over 30 years doing this. Well, that's great. But what else do you know how to do? And when you can, well, I don't know how to do anything else. Then, I think that's where the, problems start. So the lesson isn't to stop working hard. The lesson is to never stop learning. So the world doesn't stay the same. And if you do, eventually you will get left behind. So keep at it, keep fighting, keep swinging. I post videos Monday, Wednesday, Saturdays. If you like to subscribe, always posting new stuff. And take care. We'll see you next time. Life Advice with Al. See ya.